I see it on your chest, 252.
Oh yeah,
Obviously,
always.
that means a lot to
Yeah.
myself and you. You feel like your purpose is to help the 252.
I think the 252 has probably been like the most like underlooked like area in the state for so long. And obviously to this credit, a lot of these guys credit, the last few years that there have been a lot of guys like Tony Bruton and those guys that have
Mm-hmm.
really like shine a light on the eastern part of the state to help get kids get seen. And
Right.
for me, I think my responsibility is my purpose is to get back home and to these other cities in the 2 5 and help people, help kids be seen. I feel like if I can help one kid, two kids get somewhere that they had no chance of going before I help, then I think I've done. I think I fulfilled my purpose. And like I said, me and you talk all the time about different things that we want to do to help kids, man. And
Right.
one thing about me and you that I respect a lot, we see a lot of the same things. Like we know that kids are under recruited. We know kids don't have the resources that they need to thrive, but we also know people don't put in the time and the effort that they need
Yeah. And
to get where they need. Yeah.
I guess for me, and I see guys on Twitter talking about how we don't have, obviously, yes, resources plays a part as far as uh, not having the same facilities that Raleigh or Charlotte or Greensboro may have, which is,
Hmm.
I feel like, me and my business partner Darren, that was our purpose of the Powerplex. It feels like it's taken a while for the culture of Eastern North Carolina to catch on how important it is to work out. You go to Raleigh, I guarantee you, like you said, the guys Mikey Williams, they're working out 3-4 times a week easily, and maybe even twice a day in the off season, I guess. But like we
Yep.
wanna play pickup and say we're working out, or go to the gym, and we may be there for an hour and a half. But like, how much constructive work are you doing when you're in there? Are you working on ball screens? Are you working on game actions, or ball handling? What are you doing? Or are you in there just shooting around and saying, so you can put it on Instagram and say I'm in the gym? It's a give and take. Like this area, I love the kids, and I'm really gonna give these kids every opportunity. I'm pouring my all into them, but at some point in time, I feel like we got to stop pointing the fingers at the Rod Bridges and the Webb for not looking out for the 252. And if a kid works out 4 times a week, he's gonna get better. And then when he plays in that hoop state camp or hoop state event, he shows out. And that it's how the game goes.
It is, man. Like, and again, like I always tell people, like you look at kids like that came from the 2 5 2, like yeah, they dominated their area, but what they had to do is they worked their tails off for dominating in the 2 5. Then they had to go do it in the 919, in the
Mm-hmm.
704. Had to go do it in Georgia, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they got recruited. But you got to be able to dominate your area first before you can go on it. But what comes
Yeah.
with that, bro, you got to work. You got to work your
Yeah.
tail off, man. And these
Yeah.
kids, a lot of these kids, they want the instant gratification, Jay. Like
Yep.
kids, they think they work out for a week with you. Oh, I got better. He taught me this, that, and third. Nah, like he worked out with a week for you. He's learning what you can and can't do.
Right.
Now you're putting a plan in place to help that player grow.
It's a process, you know what I mean? Just to see
Hmm.
like growth in a player. And it's just like people wonder, I get it all the time. You come to me for the summer, you come to me in October before the tryouts, and then you wonder why he's missing shots. And I don't know what's wrong. We got to get him back with you. It's kind of like a year-long process, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's not a game, you know what I mean? So it's just like I tell the story all the time, but like when I was working with Kobe in high school, I literally had to tell him and Elijah, well, both of them, him and Elijah, like, y'all need to take a day off. That's how bad it was. That's how
Hmm.
bad it was. I mean, like, bro, what we got tomorrow? Like, game on Friday. Hey, Saturday morning we getting shot. Bro, rest your body. You know what I mean? Because rest is important. But like 2-3 times a day during the season, after the season, and you wonder why they're at where they're at.